I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight to this probably historic meeting time. As far as we know, this is the first time ever in the state of Indiana that there has been a similar type of proceeding that has at least the tone of what you're going to hear tonight for content and determination that you need to make. But historic in another way, a little bit, because tonight we have the honor of meeting here at Indiana's newest high school, and it's also the home of the newest state champion, Fishers High School Men's Cross Country State Championship. Congratulations to Fishers High School. We certainly appreciate and thank the Fishers High School staff for their cooperation in hosting this meeting and working with us on these arrangements. So please join me in giving them a hand. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce and thank my staff for the time and effort they've given to assist in getting this meeting put together. The staff members who have been chosen to assist are Vicki, Ryan Crum, Sarah Ditzler, Mark Scribner, stuff at the top. And I also want to thank our legal counsel and those petitioners and demonstrators for their cooperation and assistance. And to the Plan Commission, we welcome and thank each of you for your service on the Plan Commission, especially when extra meetings and responsibilities are presented for your review, such as tonight. It's equally important to the public, and we appreciate your being here, those of you who have taken your time to attend this meeting. On September 25th, 2007, I received a letter from the Hamilton County Commissioners granting authority to this body, Indiana State Statute 36514, authority to make a recommendation to the County Commissioners regarding the incorporation of towns of East and West Gadsden. Following that letter, I hired independent legal counsel, Attorney Larry Barner, for our staff and for the Plan Commission. I'll introduce Larry in just a minute. I've also arranged to be advised of financial evaluation by the firm of O.W. Crone of Westfield, Indiana, represented here tonight by Jim Treat.
Commissioners, my name is Larry Barner, and I am with the law firm of Carson Oxford in Fort Wayne, and I have been retained as special counsel for the Fishers Plan Commission in connection with these proceedings. As I think Wes properly stated, this matter comes before the Plan Commission from the Hamilton County Commissioners pursuant to Indiana Code 36514. That statute requires the Plan Commission having jurisdiction over the territory, that being you all in this case, to investigate a proposed incorporation and report their recommendations of approval or disapproval to the County Commissioners at least 10 days before the Commissioners' hearing on petitions for incorporation. In reaching this report and recommendation, you are to be guided by the provisions of Indiana Code Section 36518, which sets forth the statutory factors necessary for the county executive, in this case the Commissioners, to approve a petition for incorporation. I'm not going to go through all those now. You're going to hear about those in detail, I think, from both the petitioners and the demonstrators. But in addition to certain designated factors, I think one of the important things you're going to have to decide in making a report and recommendation is whether, before the petition for incorporation may be approved, there must be a finding that the incorporation is in the best interest of the territory involved. In making that determination, you must consider the following: the expected growth and governmental needs of the area surrounding the proposed towns, the extent to which another unit can more adequately and economically provide essential services and functions, and the extent to which the incorporators are willing to enter into agreements with the largest neighboring municipality pursuant to Indiana statute if the municipality has proposed such agreements. While the petitions are being presented jointly tonight, basically for purposes of expediency and due to the fact that both petitions have common issues of fact and law, you must consider each petition separately in making the report and recommendation. In other words, you're going to make two reports and recommendations, one for East Guys and one for West Guys. Now, those may be the same, they may not be the same, depending on what you hear tonight and what the investigation reports. But there's there are two separate distinct conditions, and they must be treated separately and distinctly. Finally, there's been an issue raised in this proceeding concerning whether or not this commission should recuse itself of consideration of this matter. And in my review of the statute and the case law or lack thereof, the commissioners have placed you in this position, the statute has placed you in this position, and I don't believe there's any authority for you to, as a board, or to recuse yourself from making the report and recommendation to the commissioners. However, I would note that the Planning Commission's rules provide that any member who has a conflict of interest in a matter before the commission shall not vote thereon. Accordingly, each and every one of you will need to determine, certainly prior to the resolution of this matter, whether or not you have a conflict of interest that would preclude you from considering whether the report and recommendation to be made to the county commissioners in this matter. At this point, I guess we'll turn the proceedings over to the petitioners so they can present their views. Thank you.
I think at the end of this entire process that you're going through, I'm confident that you find that it's an easy recommendation to the Hamilton County Commissioners. Since our proposal really has none of the typical issues that I believe you see in the request before you. In a more typical request, a developer is asking you to accept some rent and take on some additional costs in exchange for expanding tax base and providing economic benefits. The project that the developer is proposing, it only makes sense. The benefits exceed what the increased cost is going to be. And it also only makes sense if the construction or the project being proposed is compatible with the surroundings, meets prevailing standards, and it fits in with the overall plan that the proposal set forward. Now, in this case, we're proposing something very different. We're establishing local control over an existing populated area. The Geist area today is well supported by township and county services. Really, Hamilton County and Walker Creek Township have grown up with the Geist area. And they've been serving the Geist residents long before officials have been present in the area. That Geist identity began to form back in the late 70s and early 80s. And that was the time when all the fishers lay to the west of State Road 37. Geist neighborhoods have now been built to well-established standards that are enforced not just by zoning regulations, but also by the homeowners associations, such as Geist Harbor Property Owners Association.
Are you going to speak up?
Sounds loud to me, but all right. Well, as I was saying, the homes have been built to very well-established standards that are enforced by not just zoning, but also by the homeowners association and community areas, and obviously they have a pretty good history with that. We have three driving principles behind the incorporation. And the first is to retain the identity of the Geist community. Incorporation is the way that we propose to retain that identity. And by incorporating, we'll provide a local self-government where the residents of this area desire to manage their own affairs, particularly when it comes to spending, to development issues, and planning. And third, our structure will deliver the essential government services. We'll do that by establishing this local governing body that has a minimum overhead and delivers services at the lowest possible cost. This governing body will function in cooperation with the township and county governments to maintain those services